how quickly can you find someone? In other words, he's asking, how fast can you bring the fajitas? And boom, baby, there you go. Enchiladas and fajitas. That is the exact house that David had right there. You can see his for sale by owner sign. He had rehabbed that. He'd actually rehabbed that house. It had been sitting there for a couple of months. I said, hey, David, I know you want enchiladas. I've got fajitas. It's called a lease option. And David said, what's the average time frame to find a client or buyer? He's asking, how fast can you bring the fajitas? I said, well, let me get my sign out there. Boom, baby. Sellers will freaking love you. Believe me. And they're not difficult. Look, there's Lisa, my former neighbor. She knew very little about real estate. And here's something is very interesting. I want you to hear this. So Lisa was my neighbor for a few years. A few years. And she was giving me a ride. I was going to this house, but my car was in the shop. So she gave me a ride and I put my signs in her car. And she heard me on the phone talking to sellers that were calling because they had gotten a text message from me presenting fajitas. She heard me talking to these sellers and she said, what is it you do exactly? And no. She said, those sellers are so nice to you. I said, well, yeah, of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? And she said, I tried to do some wholesaling a couple of years ago and everybody was so mean to me. And I said, well, it's because you were, because of what you were doing. I said, with what I do, with lease options, the seller gets full price, no haggling and, no commission. I'm not beating them down. And that was the first house that she ever went with me on. Got the signs in the yard. You can see our signs right there. Those are the signs we actually use. And literally from that day, within 60 days, 6-0, she had turned her second deal. From just seeing what I was doing, she said, oh my God, John, this is too easy. So she actually got the leasing to buy system. She was doing Grubhub. She was driving from Grubhub and DoorDash to make ends meet for her and her son. She was a single mom. Once she got the leasing by system and implemented, boom, within 6 days, she made $22,000. That house right there, you see, was the very first house that she did. You see, that seller on that house had the house in the market for over 3 months and couldn't sell it. It was a move-in ready, nice home, but it hadn't been fully updated. And so nobody on the MLS was buying it. And it just sat there. The owners already moved out. Seller did the marketing I told her to do, that she learned in the leasing by system, and boom, within 60 days, $22,000. Matter of fact, I love this video. This video, and I want you to turn your speakers up, is of Lisa after she closed her first deal. And she's so excited. She almost tears up. But I want you to hear this. This is coming from a single mom who, at the time, her son was 15. She was doing Grubhub and DoorDash to make ends meet. And I want you to listen to this video. All right, what's up, guys? We're in the last video of a series of, I call it Grubhub to Real Estate. Do you like that?
Okay, guys, listen. I will let you know. I did mortgage industry for 10 years.
No. You did.
I did.
The point is, don't get past it. The point is, it's a great story.
No, it is.
Because so many people can relate.
I know. No, so I wanted to pursue real estate investing. So Grubhub and DoorDash were my side hustle, and I was so tired of sitting behind a desk 9 to 5. I make good money, but I was like, I'm going to pursue this full time so I can pursue real estate full time. So that's what I did. So I'm just letting you guys know. Makes me want to tear up because I'm like, I drove DoorDash and Grubhub. I sucked it up and I freaking did it. And if I can do it, you can.
That's absolutely right. And just closed a deal for $10,000. Next week we got one for $12,000.
Yes.
And
$22,000, guys, in a week. Woo!
Yep. And that's a lot of Grubhubbing.
Yeah.
That's a lot of DoorDashing.
Yep.
Yeah. Now let me ask you. Aren't you excited for her? Do you think you can do this? When you ask yourself, will this work for me? Lisa had tried to do some wholesaling a couple of years ago. Everybody was mean to her. You can tell she's just a happy person. So she's not someone that's going to succeed at wholesaling, because she's not the kind of person that's going to beat a seller down and beat a seller down and go, is that the best you can do? Is that the best you can do? No, she wants to help people. Let me ask you, do you want to help people? Do you want to be that savior to the sellers? Do you want to be that help to the buyers? Because that's what this is about. And who are these buyers? Well, these buyers are people that want to buy a house, and in most cases have actually owned a house before. But for any number of reasons, they just want time. That's all they want is time. And many of them have very good credit, but are self-employed. Literally today, we looked at someone whose credit, all the scores were above 650, but they just wanted to get the family moved, not be rushed, to get things moved in, take a breath, and then move forward on the financing. So we work with a lot of people that are self-employed, right? These are not people that have horrible, nasty, bad credit. We don't work with those people. These people just want time. Perfect example of someone who just wants some time. As my case study here, my student Jose Campos, $475,000 house. The seller is moving out of the country. The house is all but vacant. They already had all their stuff packed. The buyer, my student Jose Campos, reached out to this seller. The seller said, "Oh my God, how fast can you bring the fajitas?" Within 2 weeks, Jose had a beautiful, fantastic buyer. FICO scores in the 720s. But you know what they wanted? Time. Time to get moved. Time to get moved in. Time to get a couple of things in place for financing. You see, the buyer made good money, but didn't claim quite enough as they needed to on taxes. Boom. On that deal, he actually made $23,500. There's the second check you get for $19,500. Now, I don't know, maybe $19,500 wouldn't make a drop. Maybe it wouldn't matter to you. On that deal, he actually made $23,500. Would $23,500 on just one deal, on a pretty house deal that Jose literally drove to the house once? That's it. I mean, is that something that you're interested in? Would that help you?